Network Entertainment.
Hello to everyone all over the world. Andito na naman tayo sa isang gabing puno ng kulitan, kwentuhan at tawanan kasama ang leading voices of the Filipino youth. Ito ang
Ganito kasi yan, powered by the Pod Network.
At kasama nyo pa rin ang breadwinner baby boy ng Rizal na ang favorite kong SDG ay SDG 11.
Ano yun?
Sustainable Cities and Communities.
Wow!
Yes, approved. Ako lang to, si Lance.
At ako, ang favorite kong SDG ay yung SDG ni Madam Vina na Women Equality.
Number?
Walang number siyang binigay eh.
Oo, yes.
Basta first runner-up. Oo. It's your boy, Jacob.
At Jacob, sino bang makakasama natin for this episode? Roll VTR.
Today on Ganito Kasi Yan, we're joined by a queen who has proven that a crown shines brightest when it stands for something bigger than itself. Joy Barcoma rose to prominence as Miss Philippines Earth 2025, bringing with her not just beauty and grace, but a strong voice grounded in environmental advocacy, community work, and public service. From championing sustainable solutions and disaster resilience to speaking up on social-political issues that matter, Joy has used every stage she steps on to push conversations forward. In this episode, we dive into her journey through Miss Earth, the values that shape her platform, and how she hopes to continue empowering communities long after the pageant light fade. This is an inspiring and necessary conversation with someone redefining what it means to be a queen with a purpose. This is Miss Earth Philippines 2025, Joy Barcoma.
At yan, welcome sa ating podcast, ang nag-iisang Jusa,
Thank
Joy
you.
Barcoma.
Grabe, para na akong pwedeng tayuan ng rebulto sa pagkaka-intro nyo sa akin. But thank you very much for having me here. Ganito kasi yan, podcast. At syempre, paborito kong SDG 13, Climate Action. Hindi nagpatalo kay Madam Vina.
Anong SDG number yung women equality?
I feel like it falls under the gender equality. Pero kasi yung kanya is focus niya is women equality. But the gender equality for the SDG kasi, for the UN goals natin for 2030 is comprised of all genders. So equal opportunities for all genders. So regardless if you're a woman, if you're someone from the LGBTQIA+ community. But I feel like yes, it falls under the gender equality SDG.
Tama na. Tama, tapos lang laban. UN! This is your girl, UN.
Kailangan ipag-tutor si
United
si Dina.
Nations. Alam niya na kukunin yung ambassador.
Kailangan lang talaga sinabi niya yung gender equality. Then let's focus on the women.
Right. And kumusta naman ngayon na down to earth, down to the Philippines ka na after the coronation na
Well,
yun?
I'm just so happy. Parang my life changed 360. Dapat nga 180 lang. Kung 360, bumalik lang ako sa
bumalik
dati,
ka
no?
lang.
So, 160 lang. My life changed 160 after that.
Di
So,
ba 180?
mali ako sa math. Hindi ako magaling sa math.
Right.
Sa SDG ako magaling, hindi
Okay.
sa math. So, 180.
180.
Tama yan. Kulang na 20 degrees.
Medyo hindi siya,
Oo.
di ba
Hindi pa. May konting, area for changes. Yan. May leeway pa ako para sa improvement. So, 160 lang.
Oh, 160.
Ginastify. Pero yes, 180 degrees ang change ng buhay ko after the Miss Earth and Miss Philippines Earth. I did not know that I can make such great impact in the community. Akala mo talaga Mother Teresa ang nagawa niya.
Sierra Madre.
Oo, sorry. Sierra Mother lang ako.
Sierra
Ayan.
Madre.
But yes, thank you for asking that. Wala lang, sobrang saya ko lang after. I felt like I'm still the same person I was, and then at the same time, I'm not the person I was before, if that makes sense. Bahala na kayo umintindi.
At ano naman masasabi mo na grabe yung reaction ng taong bayan? Grabe yung suporta, grabe yung clout, and grabe yung paglaban nila sa'yo for Miss Earth.
At grabe din talaga yung pagkaka-describe talaga. I'm just so surprised. I did not know that I'm capable of influencing a lot of people, let alone youth. Grabe kasing hirap ngayon na mag-influence ng kabataan because they have access to different information. They have access to different platforms. And they have access to different types of contents. So for you to be able to parang, paano ba, ma-penetrate yung circle nila, ma-penetrate yung ganong niche, it's something that is very valuable to me because children are the future, youth are the future. So I'm just looking forward to making more contents that will influence them more.
Ika nga nila, I believe the children are our future.
Yes.
Teach them well and let them lead the
Tama
way.
yan. At sino kumanta?
Whitney Houston. Oh,
Perfect.
perfect. Perfect. Pero I just have to say, kasi I think the way you are creating ripples in social media right now is because we haven't seen a noisy beauty queen like yours in a good way. Noisy in a sense na parang yung ingay mo, it sparks conversations. It sparks parang relevant o pinag-uusapan in a way na relatable sa Gen Z, relatable sa mga chronically online. Kasi parang I think what I've observed from your journey so far is kumbaga pag beauty queen, hindi naman tayo nagsishade pero very pristine, very ito yung fit. But ikaw talagang you are with the masses, ika nga.
Yes, thank you. Pinalaki kasi ako ng PUP.
Right.
Hindi ko na naalas yung PUP yan in me. Pero yun nga, when I join competitions, when I join pageants, I usually make it to a point to be as authentic as possible. I don't want to be molded into someone I'm not. I don't want to fit the mold, so to speak. So ayoko talaga na may fina-follow akong standards. Kaya nga medyo ang tingin sa akin medyo unconventional.
Right.
Because yung ingay ko talaga, minsan pati ako napapa-question sa sarili ko na, hindi ka ba tatahimik bakala? Pero yes, I feel like it's really in a good way because we need someone na very relatable. Kasi if we are to find someone that will influence us, if we're gonna look at someone that we want to be like a model for the youth, that we want to be a model for the community, of course we want them to be relatable, diba? We want them to be reachable. Kasi sometimes I felt also when I was much younger, sabi ko yung mga beauty queens parang untouchable sila. Para silang, alam mo yung mga Barbie dolls na binibili mo tapos nilalagay mo lang sa aparador.
Aparador.
Napakamakaluma ng aparador. Nasa cabinet na and for you to look at them. And
Parang
you want,
display.
I don't want to be that person. I want to reach to communities. I want to be that person na pwede nilang takbuhan. Takbuhan. Pwedeng lapitan pero hindi sa utang. Diba? Pwede nilang makausap because I feel like that is really someone that connects. If you're unreachable, how can you be connected to them, 'di ba? So parang ayoko lang na may disconnect ako with the people that I'm fighting for. Ayoko lang na ialis yung sarili ko sa community na pinaglalaban ko. And I feel like it's really, paano ba? Hindi ko masabi yung term, pero parang for me, medyo kabaliktaran kasi medyo ironic siya for me if you're trying to remove yourself from the advocacy you're fighting for. So if I'm fighting for the masses, I should be part of the
Right.
masses kasi I won't be able to understand their plights if hindi ako nakakaranas also ng plights na pinagdadaanan nila or if I won't immerse myself in the situation that they're in. So yun lang siya.
Ganda.
Ang ganda.
Winning answer.
Oo, winning
Kaso,
answer.
top 8.
Winner
Kaso,
naman.
Miss Earth Airtime.
Tama.
Airtime.
Winner
At
pa
least
din.
may title naman. Pero since you've mentioned na parang hindi mo matanggal yung PUPNU. So broadcasting, right?
Yes,
Yung degree mo.
broadcasting.
And yung parang experience ng Teresa and all, like how has that experience shaped you as a beauty queen? Na parang yung I assume, init ng kalye doon, yung mga
True.
tricycle, yung usok.
Siguro my hardships when I was in college are the things that's pushing me to value education more and to push for quality education in the Philippines. Kasi not in the sense na kasi 'di ba, sinasabi na pag PUP yan, maganda dyan kasi mahasa ka. But no, I'm focusing more on the harsh realities of the educations here in the Philippines, of the education system here in the Philippines. And my goal really is for the next generations to not be able to go through that anymore. Kasi no student deserves to go through a classroom, go in a classroom na sobrang init.
Or kulang pa ng upuan.
Yes, walang estudyanteng deserve pumasok ng eskwelahan na nagugutom. Walang estudyanteng deserve na kumuha ng kurso tapos yung paaralan walang kakayahan o walang kapasidad para i-provide yung kailangan ng kursong hinihingi sa kanya. Let's say computer engineering tapos walang computer. Ano to? Paano yun, 'di ba? So parang yun yung mga harsh realities ng education system natin na kahit yung mga prestigious schools and universities pinagdadaanan nila. So that is what I'm really advocating for. Hindi ako nag-advocate for education na sige pasok kayo ng PUP kasi magiging scholar kayo ng bayan. At dyan yung mararanasan yung pila ulit pila. Yes, it's funny at first pero those are the things na hindi dapat nararanasan ng estudyante. And I feel like kasi if we are going to go to a school and then experience hardships bago tayo matuto sa buhay, not everybody is as resilient as as PUPNs or as me or any other graduates who were able to like really survive that. So, feeling ko lang, kailangan may equal footing ang lahat. Kung ang mga taga-Lasal nakaka-experience ng aircon kapag pumapasok, dapat kami din.
Totoo.
Iba kasi ang comfort, iba ang pag-aaral na lahat sa'yo provided, wala kang ibang iniisip. And you just have to be there. You just have to take all your efforts na kailangan mo ng skills mo, ng utak mo. At compared to papasok ka ng schools, ang dami pang hurdles, ang dami pang challenges around you, environmental challenges around you na hindi naman dapat pinagdadaanan kung maayos lang ang komunidad, maayos ang gobyerno,
Right.
maayos ang bansa. So, yun lang siya.
Grabe
Ang
talaga.
ending note ko lang, sure, yun lang siya.
Totoo din.
na parang dinismiss ko lahat ng idea. Yun lang siya.
Totoo din. And parang you've mentioned kanina nag-uusap tayo na you've participated in different pageants,
Yes.
but ultimately you landed in Miss Philippines Earth.
Mhm.
Why Miss Earth?
I was really supposed to join Miss Philippines Earth way back 2021. But that was the time na virtual yung pageants. Parang sabi ko, ayoko mag-national kung virtual. Kasi sayang naman, di ba? The efforts of my team, the efforts of my sponsors. Kasi that time I have like a very good sponsor who's really pushing me to do na parang, sige na, sumali ka na. And then came Miss World. Sabi ko, pwede ako mag-Miss World. Parang hashtag ay, joy to the world. Yun lang siya. It's so trivial. Yun lang talaga yung nangyari. Gusto ko na hashtag na joy to the world. Pero I was really supposed to join Miss Philippines Earth. That's why I also had like, hindi naman siya viral video, pero I posted a video on one of the platforms, social media platforms, wherein I was encouraging people to download a certain app. Kasi kapag nagfo-focus sila and they're not using their phones, at may nag-grow silang tree using that app, may nag-grow na tree sa actual Earth. So, I'm really an Earth advocate ever since.
Right.
Yun nga lang, virtual kasi nung 2021.
And then like did you consider na I don't know, Miss Universe, Grand International, yung mga Big Four?
No. Yun lang, no.
Isang sagot lang.
Oo.
Oo.
Hindi kasi ako naman, I'm very realistic. Feeling ko hindi talaga ako aligned with Miss Grand International, more so in like the business side. Pasaway kasi ako. I'm very vocal. So kapag may pumigil sa bunganga ko, magre-retaliate ako. And I feel like yun yung sinasabi ko, pag pinasali niyo ako ng Miss Grand, mag-aaway kami ni Papa Nawat. Tingnan ko kung sinong masunod sa aming dalawa. Tapos sa Miss Universe, I feel like it's a different ballgame kasi for me. It's like the Super Bowl of pageantry. And I feel like I'm not really fit for that. Sometimes you just really have to accept that. Kahit ano sabihin ng tao na hindi pwede ka, hindi nga! Imagine sa Miss Earth, I'm 5'5", right? My height is my maximum height is the minimum height requirement for Miss Earth. And nakita niyo naman ang itsura ko nung nandun ako sa stage. Grabe, para akong unano talaga. I'm so sorry. I meant no harm sa PWD community, but that's what I felt. Ganito pala ang feeling na ang liit-liit mo with like a lot of tall people around you. Mind you, naka 7 inches yata akong 6 inches na heels.
Hindi nadaan sa heels.
Hindi kasi nag-heels din sila. Nakakainis. So, 5'5" ako, diba? Tapos may kalaban ako doon na 5'11". So, sabi ko, sige, magsi-6 inches ako para mahabol ko yung height ni Bakla. Nag-6 inches din siya. Nakakaloka siya. So, parang ako, ate, hindi mo na ako binigyan ng chance. Talaga naman. So, yun. Parang, I'm not looking at joining Miss Universe, Miss Grand. Siguro nga parang wala na akong balak ngayon. Siguro I'm just saying this because I'm already contented with what I've done for Miss Earth and Miss Philippines Earth. But I'm not looking forward to joining another pageant solely because I know my capabilities. I know where my values are aligned with. I know where my principles are. I know where my stands are. So parang if I don't feel like I'm aligned with that certain advocacy, certain ethics of a competition or a pageant, and even requirements of a pageant, di na. Sayang oras. Sayang money.
Totoo, sayang din.
Oo, and ang ganda nun kasi parang alam mo kung where you align yourself and
Yes.
kung saan ka nag-fit and kung saan mo lang gustong i-spend yung time mo, which I feel like na gusto mo din i-allot din to other causes.
Yes.
And alam naman natin kung gaano kahirap yung pageantry.
True.
Ano yung pinakamalaking challenge niya? At paano mo dinagpasan yung mga challenges that came?
Siguro pinakamalaking challenge is challenging the norms of pageantry, that you have to fit a certain mold for you to become a beauty queen. Dami nga nagsasabi sa akin dati, hindi nakaka-beauty queen. Ano? Hindi ko nga goal. Kasi kailangan nating basagin yung pagtingin natin sa mga beauty queens. We are not like Barbie dolls. We are not statues to be looked at. We are people, we are humans with emotions, with feelings, with thoughts that we can share to the world. So ayoko na nababox yung mga babae. Ayoko na nababox ang any pageant king or queen into a certain mold because you are capable of doing so much more if you are not being held by these limitations or boundaries. So yun lang yung parang naging biggest challenge sa akin na parang kung babalik ako because I had my 4-year na pahinga hiatus from doing pageantry kasi nga ayoko na. I was traumatized nung una kong national pageant sa Miss World kasi I did not know that this is how we do pageantry in the Philippines. Grabe yung competition, grabe yung pressure, grabe talaga yung expectation ng tao. So parang ayoko na, okay na ako sa career ko, I'm okay with my life. So if I'm gonna join pageants again, I'll make sure that it's gonna be my way. Diba? My way, pero hindi ko kakantahin. Baka hindi ako makauwi.
Baka hindi makauwi. Delikado na.
Pero yun lang siya. Yung pagbasag lang ng norms, really talaga yung challenge sa akin. Kaya nga, sobra yung pasasalamat ko sa mga kabataan who really saw the authenticity in me. And I felt like they saw an ate in me na parang, ito yung kailangan namin na influencer. Someone na relatable, has the clout, has the platform, pero at the same time, hindi untouchable, hindi unreachable. Kasi I feel like that is often the disconnect with the influencers that we have now, the celebrities that we have now, the beauty queens that we have now. Whenever they're being asked, or kung wala pa sila dun sa certain level of fame that they're aspiring for, parang lagi nilang goal is to connect with people, to inspire more people. And when they're there already, nawawala. Nagkakaroon na ng disconnect sa tao. And I don't want that to happen sa akin. Kaya as much as possible, kahit kaya ko naman mag-prim and proper, I'm not really like that. Ayoko baguhin ang sarili ko for that.
Right. Kasi parang I've noticed that pag sa mga beauty queens when they share their advocacies or answer Q&As, they always have these motherhood statements. Like, isa yung mga connect with people, be in touch, be the light and the hope for the children.
Be the voice.
Be the voice.
Tapos
diba?
tahimik pag may issue sa ano. Mali
Nawawala
yan.
na pag may
Mali
ano.
yan. Be the
Airtime.
voice, ha? I want you. Ibang the
Iba,
voice.
Oo.
Ibang the voice.
Iba na yun. Pero yung ganun nga, but again, yung sinabi mo nga, I think yung authenticity din. I think people really appreciate that. And for people to like notice you being authentic to yourself, authentic to your cause, parang feeling ko, doon sila nagkakaroon ng connection through you.
Yes.
But I assume na in the pageant industry, marami din yung mga voices, big voices,
Yes.
big persons that, I don't know, would somehow instill that norm of a beauty queen. Pero how do you still stand for being authentic, being you, despite those people that would try to box you in these norms that you've mentioned?
I've mentioned this quite a few times na it's really a privilege to have supporters that will give you a platform, that will give you a chance to be authentic because not everybody, not every celebrity, not every beauty queen, not every politician, or not everybody who has like clout or has the platform has also the power to be an authentic person. So I feel like that is really the privilege I'm holding on to right now na kahit ano gawin ko dyan online, people know that's who I am. And I don't want to be like a certain type of people na may facade na parang, okay, I'm gonna be like this on social media because this is what people want. Hindi nga aesthetic ang Instagram ko. Parang awa nyo na. Hindi ako dumaan sa aesthetic face ng Instagram na meron pang yung mga
Filter.
VSCO filter. Wala akong ganyan. Bukod sa hindi ako artsy, hindi lang talaga siya personality ko. I feel like it removes kasi when you're put into a certain mold or into like a certain standards, it removes your authenticity. It removes your chance to express yourself. So ayoko siya. So even though may mga tao na magsasabi sa'yo na dapat ganito ka, dapat ganyan ka. Well, if you don't like me as this, then bye-bye. Pero thankfully nga, this is what I'm so happy about. I felt like I chose the right pageant. That's what I've been telling people na kahit pasalihin niyo ako sa ibang pageants, ayoko talaga. Kasi I feel like the freedom that I have now with Miss Philippines Earth and with Miss Earth Organization, hindi siya mabibigay ng ibang pageants. Maybe because business concerns, business development concerns, hindi akma sa mga brands, hindi akma sa sponsors. But with us, wala. Okay lang sila sa akin. Maybe because wala naman kami masyadong sponsors. Sige na, sponsoran niyo ang Miss Earth next year. Calling all the,
airtime,
di ba?
diba?
Calling all the brands. Baka
Oo.
naman, next year. Hindi naman ako yung Reyna nun. So, pwede rin. Pwede na nilang sabihin na, uy, wait lang ha, may sponsor. So, wag kang chumika masyado. So, please, sa mga brands po dyan. Naipasok.
Nag-pitch pa.
Oo.
Oo.
Tsaka nakakaaliw Parang I love din yung, kasi nakita kita kagabi sa TikTok, may pa-Discord
Yes, Discord party kami.
Ay, wow.
Namimigay ng pa-Gcash si Jusa.
Diba? Share the love. Share the
4 piece
blessing.
pala eh.
Oo. Hindi kasi parang I was able to create a community. I was super surprised about that. Kasi nagla-live lang ako madalas. And then people make mentality videos
Oo.
dun sa mga lives. So sabi ko, huy, hindi ako yan. That wasn't me. That was Patricia. Di mga pinagsasabi ko dyan, minsan hindi ako yung may bumubulong talaga sa akin for that. Pero yon, and then one time, sabi ko, wala akong magawa sa buhay. Gusto ko maglaro. And there is like a gaming community also within pageantry. So I did a Discord channel. I was so surprised. Napakadami ko ng members. Sabi ko, ang dami ko ng mga anak. Kasi mga nakshi ko sila. And then sabi ko, sige na nga, I want to reward them. I also want to build an authentic community nga. Yung community na very glued dun sa reason why we came together. So sabi ko, sige, parang panindigan na natin to, nagawa ko na siya. So we plan on making like Discord parties every weekend. Kasi mga estudyante sila. And also, I know that as a student, madaming mga nangangailangan dyan ng pang-load, pang-data, allowance. So I feel like it's gonna help them. And with all the rackets that I'm getting because of their support, dapat lang, maambunan kayo.
Share the love.
Hindi mo ako madamot. Yung mga flood control lang naman ng rock yung madamot. Hindi namimigay ng mga kinurakot nila.
Diba?
Pero yung sa akin, galing yan sa tamang paraan.
Hindi sa illegal.
Disclaim, hindi ko sure.
Kaya nananawagan na po kami. Bigyan niyo na po ng
Sige
rackets.
na,
Yung mga taga-Cavite dyan.
Parang mamamigay akong mga pa-premyo sa mga bagets. Pero yun nga, even though there are like other brands who also supported they expressed their support in me na parang, ay, pwede po kami mag-share for like the pag-giveaway. Di ko kaya maglala-move ate. Paano pag taga Mindanao yung bata? I-LBC ko pa. So, pakash na lang. Kasi feeling ko hindi yung kailangan ng bagets. And masaya siya. Ang saya nung parang, kasi nagkakalaro kami minsan sa Roblox. Yes.
Ay, wow. Roblox. Nag-Roblox ka.
Batang Roblox ako. Hindi nyo kaya nag-grow a garden
Ay,
ako.
nag-garden ka din.
Yes, as Miss Earth. Di ba?
Ay,
Continuing
far.
the advocacy
Right.
even after the pageant. So, nag-grow a garden ako. So, sobrang bait ng mga bata. Nireregalo ko nila ako ng mga pets, ng mga pera.
Ang
So,
pera.
mas mayaman na ako sa mga bilyar.
Magkano?
Yes.
Ang yaman mo sa Grow a
Nasa
Garden.
trillion na yata.
Trilyonaryo.
Perfect. Yes, with a lot of pets. So, oo. And then nagugulat yung mga bagets na, hala, ikaw ba to talaga? So, parang ako, I think it's like the first time that they're meeting someone that they treat as their idols, as their, paano ba, parang influencer or a beauty queen na nakakausap nila on a daily basis.
Na nag-Roblox.
Oo, hindi nila ako pinapaakit sa Tower of Health. Ano to?
Yung OB?
Yes, hindi ako yung OB, hindi ko pa nalalaro. Pero ang nalaro namin, Natural Disasters, as Miss Earth.
Yeah!
In line with the advocacy.
Grow a garden as Miss Earth. Tsaka yung namin, create words or die. O, diba?
Oo.
Brain brain exercise pa din.
Next time try mo yung hiking. Na-try mo na. Yung may mga horror-horror.
Oo, gusto nila ako i-invite sa hiking.
Oo.
Sabi ko, sige, go as Miss Earth. Lahat kinunext sa
Oo.
Miss Earth.
Oo.
At ang character ko doon, blonde. As Miss Earth.
Para makoronahan.
True,
Oo.
ka-blonde ako doon. At ang aking username, para sa mga gustong i-follow ako sa Roblox at makalaro ako, Sara Di Geronimo. SDG.
Parang delikado tayo dun, Oo.
SDG lang. The reminder yun sa kanila to always, remember your SDGs.
Grabe. Pero yun,
Hindi nyo ako kinakaya today talaga.
SDG. I mean, yung parang being down to earth mo nga naman talaga. And in terms of environmental conservation, favorite mo ba nung high school yung science?
Ano ka ba? Vice President ako ng YES-O.
Oh, yes. Oh.
Yes, perfect. Youth for Environment Schools Organization. Vice
Yes.
President ako niya ng high school. And then I competed nung elementary ako, best in science ako. So kumukompete ako sa ibang school. Alam mo, hindi ko to makalimutan.
Oo.
Kasi yung school ko, parang kabilang school lang namin ginanap. So yung mga moderators, yung mga teacher na bantay, some of them were from my school. Tapos parang checking na ng finals, di ba? Checking na ng parang scores kasi parang best in science. Competition, parang science quiz B. And then, sabi niya, anong letter to? A or D? Ako naman, as an honest person, A po. Sabi niya, sure ka? Parang ako, oo naman, sulat ko yan. So, A po yan. Tapos, after pala, sabi niya, kanina pa kita tinatanong kasi kung di ang sagot mo, pumasok ka sa ano. Kasi
Oo.
di ba yung small letter A, small
Right.
letter D, ganyan. Minsan pag kinulang ka
Pag ganun,
ng
oo.
taas, panalo, sabi ko, okay na yun. Tapos doon ako, hala, pwede pala mang daya para manalo. Parang sa election.
Mali.
Yun. Tapos nung high school, best in chemistry ako.
Wow, you're a
Wow.
chemist.
Yes, magaling ako mag-balance ng mga yung mga
balance.
hydrogen,
Oo.
mga ganyan. Kaya ko yan. Pero, manong college man, inamag na yung utak ko. So, hindi na kinaya. Pero yun nga, elementary, best in science, high school, best in chemistry, and then I did YesO. So, medyo, yun na yung trajectory ng buhay ko, pa-earth na. Pero
Oo.
that time, wala lang siya sa akin. But I'm just doing it for fun. For the earth. Ganun
Baka
lang.
mamaya nag-drawing ka ng poster na may earth.
Oo,
na-
yung may
Ay,
kamay,
gano'n.
ganyan.
Oo.
Tsaka mahilig ako umakyat ng bundok ng bagets ako.
Ah.
Yes, kasi malapit sa bundok yung school namin. So, umaakyat kami ng bundok.
Sa Bacoor?
No, lumaki ako sa Baras.
Rizal.
Yes,
Rizal
Rizal.
ako.
Perfect. Ang layo namin, di ba?
Kaya pala yes. Nagtataka ako sa amin na gano'n nung high school.
Doon
Wow.
ako. So, sa Baras ako nag-high school. Mas masaya naman siya kasi bundok talaga
Oo.
siya. So, I lived in Quezon City from the day I was born. Wow.
Wow.
So, nung pinanganak ako hanggang second year high school, Quezon City. And then we moved to Baras. So, my life in Quezon City, it was hard. Charing. Hindi. Hindi. So, my life in Quezon City kasi that time, my dad had a job, we had a business, meron kaming Xbox. Kaya medyo inclined din ako sa gaming. So, meron kaming Xbox na station, yung mga naglalaro yung naghuhulog-hulog ng piso, ganyan. Meron kaming arcadean, tapos meron kaming sari-sari store. Tapos in a snap, nawala siya lahat. So, we had to move to Baras. Kasi wala na kaming pera. Tapos doon na kami tumira. Tapos doon ako na-expose sa buhay na, kasi naranasan ko nga yung buhay of a privileged child to having nothing as a child.
Down to earth.
Oo. So, parang hindi nga
Grounded
doon.
to
Sinadsad
reality.
talaga ako sa sa earth. Parang, ganon. So, doon ako namulat. And then, I had activities with friends na doon na talaga lumaki. So, alam mo ba, nag-aano ako ng tubo?
Doon?
Naggagapas ako ng, hindi gapas nag-iitak ako ng tubo.
Nagagamas?
Yes, para lang makanguya ako ng matamis. Ganong level. So, ganon yung kinalakihan ko sa Baras.
Sa Baras.
Kasi most of my classmates are also nakatira sa bundok. Like, literal na maglalakad para makapasok. Tapos parang ako, talaga? May totoo pala yan. Nakala ko ano lang yan.
Sa TV
Talinhaga lang ng nanay ko na naglalakad sila dati. Pero doon ako namulat. And then afterwards, sa PUP na ako nag-college sa Manila. Sabi ko, parang nakikita ko na ang future ko dito. Parang hindi ako magta-thrive as a person if nandito lang ako. If kukulong ko yung sarili ko sa community. So I have to go out and find better harvest. Huh? Better pasture.
Oo, better. Greener pasture.
Oh, greener pasture talaga siya. So, bumalik ako ng Manila, nag-PUP ako. Tapos, masaya naman ang buhay sa PUP. Yun nga lang, hindi kasing saya ng iniisip nyo. May challenges talaga. And you have to be ready for that if you're gonna study in a state university.
Right. And broadcasting. So, ibig sabihin, like, did you dream of, I don't know, being on TV, an anchor, a
Di.
reporter?
Hindi ko
Bakit
pa.
broadcasting?
Ano doon?
Madali kasi ako maimpluwensyahan. So, nakapila ako before. My dream really was to become a CPA lawyer. Kasi nga
Wow.
mukha akong pera. So, sabi ko, hindi na kami babalik sa lusak ng
Oo.
pamilya ko. So, kailangan ko kumita ng maraming pera. So, CPA lawyer ang naisip ko. And then, nung nakapila na ako for accounting and PUP, may lumapit sa akin na parang student assistant that time. Sabi niya, ba't ka mag-accountancy? Boring dyan. Mag-masscom ka. Ako naman, sige, lipat ako. Ganon lang kasimple yung,
Oo.
yung sa akin, pag-encourage sa akin na lumipat ng course. Tapos, hindi ko na siya pinagsisihan after. Parang, nga no, na-realize ko after graduate na, nga, buti na lang nag-masscom ako kasi it's very aligned sa personality ko. Feeling ko hindi ko masusurvive ang college kung nag-accountancy ako. Kasi, masscom gave me a leeway kasi sobrang ewan ko, yung ginagawa kasi ng Masscom sa PUP, we go out, we interview people, we make content. So, doon kami namulat. Pero yung pang mga shoot namin, mga sariling gamit namin. As in,
Rent.
wala talaga kaming gamit from PUP. Kung meron man, hiraman, or may nauunang department, may nauunang block. So, kanya-kanya. And then, it gave me a leeway in terms of free time. Kasi most of the time, we do contents, we do shoots, we do events, ganyan. So, doon ako nagka-time to work para maka-hustle ako kasi I need money for my studies. Kung nag-accountancy ako, wala akong oras for that. So buti na lang talaga nag-masscom ako.
Tsaka yung sa pagmask ko, maingay. I mean,
Oo.
maano
Oo.
talaga, books kung books.
Oo.
Kumbaga, hindi parang tutok na tutok ka sa account.
Tsaka sa PUP, pag sinabing COC yan, bakla ka.
Totoo.
Walang lumalabas dun na lalaki, sinasabi ko sa inyo. Kapag na-survive nyo ang COC na lalaki kayo, ay, nakaligtas kayo sa sumpa. Pero feeling ko meron dyan nananalaytay sa dugo nyo, nakabaklaan talaga. COC
Oo.
College of Champions, as in literal, yun yung parang paniniwala. Pag pumasok ka ng COC, lahat dyan bakla. Kasi you have to be bakla. Bakla na alam niyo yung G sa lahat, funny, has the
Tsaka
personality.
yung outfit.
Yes, you have to be that. I feel like gay now, kasi di ba gay, they use that as an insult before na parang kang bakla, meaning mahina ka. Pero now, when you use the term bakla, ay girl, achiever ka, ikaw yung matalak, ikaw yung overly expressive about yourself. So I like that perception of gays and the community in COC. Doon nga ako nahasa sa kabaklaan ko. Doon ako nahasa na parang, ay ganito pala yung pagtingin ng mga tao, ng mga bakla sa community na kahit baka wala kaming pera, we don't have much in life. If you look at things differently, if you look at things with color and as gay as possible, it's gonna be fun for you. So naging masaya ang COC life ko, naging masaya ang POP life ko because of gay people. So I really love the community. Kaya ako nag-love yourself after. Yes.
And with that naman, since napagdaanan mo yung masscom and everything, paano nun natulungan or na-shape yung pagiging advocate mo? Or paano pa neto na-strengthen yung ways mo of advocating for the advocacies you're fighting for?
Kumapal yung mukha ko.
Totoo.
Literal. For the good reasons. Kasi mahihain ako before. Parang feeling ko, isa ako sa mga basher of people who are overly expressive. Isa ako sa mga basher ng mga bida-bida nung high school. Ayoko talaga ng mga bida-bida. Pero, I learned in college, you really have to take as much space as you can so long as you can share it with other people. Kasi if you're not gonna do that, you're always gonna be stuck in where you are. You really have to take that courage. You really have to take that step. You know, use your voice and use your platform. Use every opportunity you can get to make changes. Kasi if not, if mahihiya ka, wala talagang mangyayari sa'yo. Before, lagi sinasabi ng nanay ko, pag pahihiya ka, wala mangyayari sa buhay mo. And I felt like before, ano lang siya, coping mechanism. Pag mahirap ka sa buhay, you take every opportunity. Pero that is really the reality of life. Napakaraming mga mayayaman ang manggugulang. So kung kayo, mahirap kayo, hindi kayo ganun ka-privileged sa life like me, take every opportunity as an opportunity to grow and to learn. And that's what I learned in COC. Kasi hindi lahat ibibigay sa'yo, hindi lahat i-hand sa'yo in a silver platter. Sometimes you really have to work for it. And sometimes, people are just so lucky na nandiyan na sa harap nila. Kailangan na lang nilang gamitin yung tools. But for children, for someone like me that did not grow up in a privileged community with so many connections, I really have to work my way out of poverty. Hindi pa rin naman ako nakakaalis. Mahirap pa rin naman ako ngayon. Pero hindi na siya kasing hirap ng dati. And that's really because of how PUP shaped the way I think about the society and about the Philippines. Kasi di ba kami yung very vocal about salary increases, pagtaas ng sahod ng mga mamamayan,
Free education.
free education. Doon ako namulat na parang, okay, there is really a reason why we have to be vocal about things. Because if not gonna talk about things now, we're gonna be silenced up until the next generation. So if you want to make changes in the society, you have to speak now kasi you are speaking for your future. So seryoso siya.
Grabe.
Seryoso.
Oo. Pero since like you've mentioned ito yung mga napulot mo from PUP, from your life experiences, and that shaped you in a way, and how you are right now as a beauty queen. But beyond the pageantry, how do you want to pay it forward to younger generations?
Sa akin kasi, I don't have like the means to be like a philanthropist and give away all my money to the needy. So ang kaya ko na lang ibigay really is my time when it comes to sharing my knowledge, educating them on the opportunities that they can get, they can have. Kasi napakaraming oportunidad. You know what, I had this conversation with a friend recently. Nasabi ko, kapag mahirap ka, limited ang opportunities na nasa isip mo. Because I've met someone na nung bata siya, lagi siyang nagre-request lang na, ate, maglilinis ako ng harapan nyo, maglilinis ako ng garden nyo, ganyan. Tapos parang, okay, sige. And now, he grew up, And at trabaho niya is construction worker. Tapos parang sabi ko sa kanya, ang lungkot because the opportunities for people like him, sobrang limited just because they don't know the opportunities they have. They don't know the programs of the government na meron para sa kanila. And they don't have the privilege to get to know about these things. So yun yung sinasabi ko talaga na the least I can do as someone is to let them know about information. Kaya sa SDGs, lagi yung sinasabi, di ba, kung ano yung programs ng gobyerno na pwede nyong i-take advantage, the 4Ps, yung mga maliit na puhunan para sa mga micro business owners, pwede po kayo mangutang sa gobyerno, pwede nyo gamitin ang benefits nyo sa SSS, yung mga loans, yung gamitin nyo yan kasi pag hindi, nanakawin yan. So gamitin nyo. So parang yun lang yung pinaka magagawa ko for the community. Kaya nga I'm so grateful of the platform I have now kasi I feel like I can reach to more people. And other thing is that I can share my time with various organizations that are already championing the causes that I'm believing in for so long. So kung wala kayong pera to help other people, you have your time, you have your skills, you have your talents that you can share with organizations para mas maraming tao yung ma-reach nyo and matulungan nyo. Sometimes it's not really about the money, it's about the intention. And that intention is the only thing you have to have para makatulong ka. So yun lang siya. The intention. Good
Right.
intentions.
Good intentions.
Oo. At ang ganda na nung when you were talking about just paying it forward and parang sharing everything that you know. And one of them is parang speaking up on issues that matter. And ito din yung isa sa mga pinakatinutukan about you. You were in the rallies, you spoke about it during Miss Earth, na kaya ka nga naging Miss Earth. Miss
True din
Earth
naman.
time. At
Right.
ginamit mo nga yung iyong pageant time para pag-usapan ang issues that matter. So what motivated you to take that risk knowing na for some avoid nila yon para syempre yung risk din that comes with speaking out. And why was it important for you to raise it especially during that time sa Miss Earth?
My mind was already set when I joined pageant. Sabi ko, if I'm not gonna be doing it my way, I'd rather not do it. So, ang gusto ko lang talaga is to be a representative of the Filipino people and really become their representative. So, what do I mean about this is that dapat alam ko yung sinasabi ko and dapat I always carry their stories with me wherever I go. Kaya nga sabi ko, it's really the perfect opportunity for me to speak about that time about the Typhoon Tino victims because hello, nasa Pilipinas ang pageant. Hello, nasa Cebu lang yung typhoon. Ang daming naapektuhan. Kaya kapag tatanong ako, anong regret mo during that night? Ang regret ko lang, hindi ko nabanggit yung ibang lugar like Palawan, Negros, other places that were affected by the typhoons. Yun lang ang tanging regret ko. But if I'm gonna have the chance to do it again, I'm gonna do it the same thing pero with better choice of words kasi hindi ko nga nabanggit yung other places. Yun lang yung regret ko. And I feel like it's really important to always know your core and always anchor your core whenever you join a competition or whenever you get inside a room that will test your ethics, your values. Because that is the perfect test of your morals as a person. Hanggang saan mo kayang dalhin ng prinsipyo mo, ang moralidad mo, kung ang nakasalalay, career mo. Or kung nakasalalay, pera. Kung nakasalalay, corona. Me, I'm willing to really take it far beyond the crown can offer. Sa inyo na yung corona if I'm not gonna be able to speak for my people. Sa inyo na yung prestige if I'm not gonna be able to tell the stories of my countrymen because I'm there as a Filipino representative carrying the sash of the Philippines and championing environmentalism. If I'm not gonna speak about environmental issues of my country on that stage, get me out of that stage. So that's what I did. I took the advantage of being the Filipino representative who is known for being outspoken, and I took that chance to speak about my countrymen because I feel like the earth deserves to know the truth about Filipinos. Yes, we're resilient, but we don't have to be resilient kapag may typhoon. Resiliency should be something that is innate in us for us to survive and to bounce back stronger after every problems. Pero resiliency is not the answer. Hindi dapat tayo resilient dahil may bagyo. Dapat resilient tayo because that is the innate characteristic of a Filipino. So dapat hindi ka resilient kasi wala lagi may bagyo sa atin. Dapat resilient ka kasi you're Filipino. So dapat hindi siya attached to a negative connotation.
Ganda.
At kaya minahal ng
Oo.
taong bayan at ng
Diba?
Pilipino.
And yung pagiging outspoken kasi, parang it really, kung yun, sabi mo, representative ka ng Pilipinas, so you should really speak about the country's issues. But right now, with,
Tsaka dito din yung pageant
oh,
eh.
nandito na mismo. Parang
We're
ano
talking
ba naman
about
yung,
the earth.
True.
1 minute prayer for Cebu, yung something like that, di ba?
Yeah.
And yung parang sa akin ngayon is, becoming a beauty queen, becoming a public figure, parang do you think na parang should beauty queens become more outspoken in these urgent concerns in our country? Or parang ikaw, isa kang exception rather than a norm with the roster of beauty queens?
No, I feel like everyone, regardless if you are a beauty queen, if you are a normal citizen, you have to be outspoken. You have a voice for a reason. You always have to speak with good intention. At yun yung sinasabi sa akin ng mga tao, they feel like it's a missed opportunity kasi I can speak with more audience if nanalo daw ako, if hindi ko kinuha yung airtime. Pero how sure are you na papasok ako ng top 4 after the Q&A round, even if I did not talk about my country? So I felt really like that is the perfect opportunity. So regardless if you are a beauty queen, you really have to be outspoken, because then again, you are not just speaking for yourself. You are speaking for your family. You are speaking for your coworkers. You are speaking for the people in your community, mga kapitbahay mo na kasama mong lumaki, kamag-aral mo sa school na kasama mong nag-aral. Not everyone has the same privilege as you. And if you are lucky to survive the life in the Philippines, not facing a lot of problems, then grabe, swerte mo. Pero not everyone has that privilege. And so it is your civic duty to speak on behalf of those people na walang kasing gandang pribilehiyo katulad mo. And that's what I feel. So I don't think na dapat i-require natin siya sa beauty queens. I feel like it should be required as a Filipino to be able to speak always for the better good of your for the betterment of your country, for the greater good of your country. Kasi you are not just speaking for this generation, you are speaking for the future generation.
Ganda.
Ang ganda.
10 out of 10. Perfect.
Pasok ba?
Pasok.
Ilaban sa top
Top 4.
4.
Laban sa top 4. Pwede
Papasok na. Pero may
Oo.
title na Miss Earth Airtime na.
At ngayon nga, natapos na yung journey mo sa Miss Earth. At meron ka pang 1 whole year for your reign.
Yes.
Yes. So, with your journey already done sa Miss Earth, how do you envision continuing your work especially in championing for the environment and furthering your causes and advocacies
Ang ganda ng
after
tanong.
the competition?
I think that is really the challenge, diba? Kasi when you're aiming for the crown, it's easy for you to do these things. Kasi, ay, may re-rewardan ako after this. But after the competition, what is your reward after that? So parang nawawala ng motivation. Some of the people have this compassion fatigue na after ng mga competitions nila, they're not continuing their advocacy. Kasi nga, wala na sila makukuha after. But as for me, I've been doing this long before I joined competition. So I feel like it's not really gonna be hard. After this podcast, kami meeting pa ako with Panatang Luntian. So it's an environmentalist environmentalists stand against corruption. So we do forums, we talk about environmental issues in the Philippines, and we lobby it. So yun yung ginagawa namin. And also, I'm continuing my job dun sa ginawa namin na, yun nga, sa DOST project namin, wherein it's part of Handa Pilipinas, yung mobile command and control vehicle that can be used in times of disaster. So we lobby it sa mga LGUs. We also have a communications alert system na nilalobby din natin sa LGUs para may kasama ang NDRRMC pagdating sa pagpapaabot ng alerts, ng mensahe sa mga tao in times of calamities. Kaya sobrang lapit ng loob ko tsaka sobrang bigat din ng loob ko kapag may pinagdadaanan ng Pilipinas pagdating sa kalamidad. Because that's my work, that's my job for years. I've witnessed firsthand the tragedies na na-experience ng mga kababayan natin dun sa bagyo way back 2020, 2021, because we go to Bicol region to send out release. Nakikita ko talaga how they struggle to live day by day just to be able to sustain yung mga kailangan nila every day. And that is saddening. Hindi dapat namumblema ang isang Pilipino na kung anong kakainin niya bukas. Dapat may seguridad siya kung ano yung mangyayari sa kanya bukas. And those are the challenges I've seen in the community. Kaya kahit after Miss Earth, sabi ko hindi natatapos sa Miss Earth yung laban natin pagdating sa pagpapabuti ng pamumuhay ng mga Pilipino, because ang dami pa natin kailangang gawin, ang dami pa natin kailangang sabihin, ang dami pa natin kailangang programang ipaglaban para mas maraming Pilipino yung magkaroon ng mas maayos na pamumuhay. Kasi, hello, Pilipino ka, so dapat ligtas at masaya ka sa sarili mong bansa. And if you don't feel that, then there is a problem. Not with you, not in you, but there is a problem in the system. So, kailangan tayong baguhin ang sistema.
So, abangan ka na lang namin sa bawat bagyo.
Yes, magsasalita talaga tayo.
Oo, grabe. Pero, beyond that, parang, pinakita mo naman, at least sinabi mo ngayon na parang very, very booked and busy ka. Not, parang hindi rin siya parang for a normal beauty queen na parang, may brand endorsements, may something. But it's really more on what you can do beyond your crown. Beyond the pageantry and all. And siguro, after a decade or two, parang babalikan ka in the collective memory as a beauty queen that is outspoken.
Thank
Probably.
you. I wanna be remembered as that. Ayoko maalala dahil ang galing ko maglakad sa stage. Hello. Ayoko na ganong legacy. And I'm just so grateful. Laking pasasalamat ko talaga sa mga batang nagbibigay sa akin ng clout. Utang ko talaga sa mga bata ang impluwensya na meron ako ngayon. Because if it weren't for their support, I wouldn't be here. Kaya nga, as much as possible, alam mo na-realize ko, after kong manalo ng Miss Philippines Earth, lahat ng trabahong ginagawa ko ngayon, halos libre na talaga. Puro invitations, dati kong puro ako trabaho na hostings, ngayon, more on like speaking engagements, more on charitable works, more on organization works, and I don't mind. And I felt like that is really what I'm aiming for after all this time. I have my ikigai. So, sana may ikigai din ang lahat.
Ikigai?
Yes. 'Di ba? Kailangan yung malaman ko anong purpose nyo sa buhay. And my purpose in my ikigai is to be, kasi madaldal nga ako, 'di ba? So, ang akin is to be recognized for speaking. Yun yung ikigai ko. Parang to make a change in the society by using my voice. So, it can be hosting, it can be like a spokesperson or anything, but I'm living up to my ikigai and I'm happy about that. At isa pa sa pinaka talagang tumatak sa akin is, if I'm not gonna be the person that I am now, sino ang magiging ako, 'di ba? Sino ang magsasalita for the youth? Sino ang babasag ng glass ceiling? Sino ang babasag ng barriers when it comes to beauty queens na nilalagay sa mold? Sino ang babasag ng barrier when it comes to certain people na nilalagay natin sa pedestal and then mocking them if ever they stand up for the people that are also supporting them? So, yun lang, parang I'm happy, I'm privileged, yun talaga siya, privileged, and I'm grateful because I was given this platform. And I hope to be remembered as that queen na hindi lang outspoken, but also spoke for her people when the people needed her the most. Wow!
Wow!
Wow! Parang ano lang ako, avatar. Vanished. Pero hindi
Oo.
ako nag-vanish.
Oo, totoo.
Diba?
And-
When the Fire Nation attacked Emmy.
At Podmates, ito ang nag-iisang Jusa. Thank you so much for having this conversation here in our podcast. And parang grabe, as in, pwede na mag-podcast.
Wag na, pagod
Oo,
na ako. Baka may
pagod
mali
na.
akong masabi talaga. Mawala na lang talaga ako ng brand endorsements. Pero, anyways, maraming salamat, Jacob and Lance. And ganito kasi yan, podcast, for having me. I had so much fun. Nakuha ko ang lahat ng airtime na kailangan ko sa buhay ngayong araw.
Airtime kung airtime talaga for this episode. And bibigay na namin sa itong airtime if may gusto kang i-promote or socials mo or causes, go ahead.
Thank you very much, Jacob and Lance. Again, maraming salamat. Ganito kasi yan, podcast. Hindi ko na ipopromote ang aking social media. Mahahanap nyo naman ko kung saan-saan. But if there are causes that you guys want to support, Love Yourself Incorporated, Youth for Mental Health Coalition, and of course, Miss Philippines Earth and Miss Earth, always support their causes. Environmentalism man yan, gender equality man yan, or of course, paglaban natin para sa kalikasan, para sa ating bansa. Yun natin masuportahan. Maraming salamat!
At ayan, kung nagustuhan nyo tong episode na to, why not share it on your social media accounts and use the hashtag GKYXJoyBarcoma. At kung nagustuhan nyo to, why not post it on your social media accounts and follow us. It's
GKY Pod on all social media platforms.
and
LNCRVDA on Instagram. At ikaw naman.
The Charles Jacob and all social media platforms.
At yun, i-stream nyo itong episode na to sa YouTube channel natin. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and naglalabas kami ng episodes every Wednesday for GKY Throwbacks, every Saturday for new episodes. And sa Spotify din, huwag nyo kakalimutan mag-rate ng 5 stars, mag-comment na kayo, and kung sinong gusto nyo pang susunod na beauty queen na lalabas dito. And wag nating kakalimutan na hindi laging dapat tayo makontento lagi sa norms. We need to break it. We need to challenge it. And we need to stand for what we fight for and be down to earth as usual.
At hindi tama ang ginawa nyo sa juice.
Oo.
Tama talaga.
Bigyan siya ng airtime. Talaga, ganun talaga. At ito pa rin ang ganito kasi yan.
The opinions of podcast creators, hosts, and guests are not necessarily reflective of the official stance of the Pod Network Entertainment, its hosts, or other network programs. The content created by the people behind the podcast is personal and not meant to harm any religion, ethnicity, group, organization, company, or individual.